everybody, welcome back for another nail polish review. If you're new here, my name is Laurie and I love to review nail polish collections and show you comparisons of other polish colors that are similar if not the same, so you can decide if you want to pick them up or not and decide if you want to spend your money. I also have a gardening channel called Polish Garden. It's new this year, and so you can follow me over there too on my gardening adventures as I try to get my garden polished too. We have a nail polish collection that popped up at Ulta. I think it's an Ulta Exclusive Collection. I really like those. It's a 6-piece collection and they're all creams, and there's some fun ones in here and some that maybe aren't too original, so we'll look at that. Obviously they're only going to be available there. They're $10 each. They're a little bit more expensive, especially if you're used to shopping at Beyond Polish where they're cheaper, but I feel like some of these might be worth it too. Before we get into the collection, I will try to link this shirt down below. I've had it for a little while. I think I got it this fall, so I don't know if it's still available, but it's a cute like pinstriped pink top that's really light and flowing. I think it's perfect for spring and it looks cute with leggings or like skinny jeans. I will also link any jewelry that I'm wearing because once in a while I get asked about that too. On my lips, I'm wearing Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of my favorite nude lipsticks. Can't go wrong with Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. Really good. Okay, let's get into the collection. I'm going to start out with the lightest color, and it's the one on my nails, and it's called Everything's Cake, and it's a beautiful, barely there purple polish. Now, I just had a video come out of my favorite lightest light polishes. If I would have had this polish before that, I would have put this one in because it is stunning. It's the one I'm wearing on my nails, and it's bright and glowy and wonderful. I love it. I love it so much. I love these kind of nail polish colors that are just like a barely there hint of color, and this one's super bright, and the formula is really great too. It builds up in 2 coats. You might need 3. In fact, I think I did 3 on most of them when I just painted them just now because there were a few dark patches, but it is a lighter, brighter color, and that's kind of what you get when you have polishes like that, but it applies really nicely. It's got a nice glossy finish, and it reminds me a lot of OPI Hue is the Artist, and I feel like I like this formula just a touch better. That formula is good too. It's maybe a little bit curly. This one is too, but it's a little bit more opaque, and it's a little brighter, and it's a little bit of a darker purple that you'll see here in a second. But what a fun color, and I'm so glad that Essie came out with this one. So obviously this is one that I would suggest that you pick up because I think you'll really like it, and I think it's fun for any time of the year, really, especially spring and summer. Let's get into those comparisons. So as you can see, I compared it to Hue is the Artist, and that one's even more white with a hint of purple. That one's almost kind of hard to see, especially compared to Everything's Cake, but you can see how beautiful Everything's Cake is. I love it so much. It might become my new favorite even over Hue is the Artist, but I still love Hue is the Artist. It's a really nice one. And then Go Ginza is a little bit more muted, has a little bit more pink, but it reminded me of that, and they look quite similar in the bottle, but they are a little bit different. That one's definitely not as bright. It's more of like a fall, more muted shade. And then Essie Stretch Your Wings was the closest that I could find as well from Essie, and that's a light mauve pink, so it's also a little bit muted. So I find this one to be unique to Essie, and it's very close to OPI Hue is the Artist, but it's different enough that I feel like I am happy to have both. So I love this, and I love that it's part of my collection. And then we have Bizar Ready, and yep, I bet you can guess that I love this polish. I love these kind of mid-tone purple leaning pinks, especially when they're bright, and this one's so beautiful, and it goes on so nicely. The formula is so great on this one. It builds up in a lovely 2 coats. I know the first time I saw this, I was like, Kaleidoscope Eyes. And I'm sure if you follow me, that's the first polish you thought of too, and you want to see how it compares. It's not hard for me to say that Kaleidoscope Eyes is probably my #1 polish ever. I don't know why I love it so much, but I just do. Well, I do. It just glows on the nail, and it's bright and beautiful. The formula is a little bit curly. Sometimes you do need 3 coats, but they're definitely worth it. It's gorgeous, and let's see how it compares. So here's Kaleidoscope Eyes. Love it. Best polish ever. There's something so special about it. It's just so light and bright and squishy. I don't know. It's so good, you guys. So Bizar Ready is the most pink of all. So I love all these pinks. These are probably my top pinks for summer. This is like the best comparison picture. So you have Kaleidoscope Eyes, which is lighter and brighter pink. Then you have Bizar Ready, which is pink. And then In the Universe, which is also a stunning one from Essie, is a little more purple. And then Orly Sea Blossom is the lightest, and it's so cute too. All all of these are so beautiful. That is the new from their spring collection this year. So it's like, I called it the baby sister of Kaleidoscope Eyes. And so I love all of those, but they are just slightly different. But if you didn't get Kaleidoscope Eyes and for some reason you can't find it, I can't imagine you can't being able to find it. I feel like I need to pick up another bottle because mine's halfway gone, and that rarely happens in my collection, especially since I have like a million polishes. But I feel like I need to pick up a second one. But if you love Essie, I think you're really gonna love this one. It is a little bit different. It's so fun for summer. I just love pink purples. They are my favorite. So you might not want to pass this one up either. Then we have Imagine That, and it's this bright green, kind of a chartreuse green. It's really, some of you would say kind of pukey leaning. I was kind of excited about this one. It's pretty bright. I thought it would be more bright. I thought it would be more kind of like a neon yellow, which I love in the summer, so I was excited about it. But I feel like it's a little bit, I didn't love it on my skin tone, but I think some of you are probably gonna like it, and they have been coming out with a lot of these kind of green colors, so we'll compare those in a minute. But the formula is super, super nice. Builds up nicely in 2 coats. It's got a nice opaque formula, and let's see how it compares because there's quite a few of these recently. Let's see how it differs. We have OPI, Get In Lime, and that one's bright too, but it's more green, and that was from the new Infinite Shine spring collection that came out, the Your Way collection that I just reviewed. That one's pretty. I do like that it's a little more green. I think that's what I like about it. So you can see that Imagine That is a little different. So it's a little bit more yellow than all of these. So Piece of Work is a little more green, and also OPI Paradise Cove. The formula on that one's a little bit more crelly too. It is a little bit more yellow leaning. So I think that's maybe why I didn't like it as much. So I'll let you decide if you're going to wear it. As far as yellow goes, this is the yellow from the summer collection, and I love it. So this is a yellow that I'll probably be wearing this summer. Probably not this one, but anyway, that's that one. Then we have Out of the Blue. It's a beautiful mid-tone blue. Leans a little bit cooler. I do like these kind of blues, and the formula is really nice and consistent too. It builds up nicely in 2 coats. They do have a lot of blues though, so let's look at those because I feel like you're going to think they're pretty close, and they are. I think when you have all of these on your hand and you look at it, you're like far away, you're like, oh, they look pretty dang close. So let's look at those even closer up though, so you can see the slightest differences. So I compared it to Malibu Shore. It's a touch cooler, and so I like that one a lot. It's probably my favorite actually out of all of these. And then we have Olive and June Mega Big Blue, and then Essie Take the Lead, which I think is a little bit warmer and is a little bit more muted. So they're all slightly different, but all pretty close. I'll let you decide. But if you're just starting out and getting your nail polish collection going, this is a good one to pick up because I just think it's a great color tone. This one is Unreel It In, and this is gorgeous, you guys. I have been waiting for a polish like this. I'm still waiting for one that's just maybe a little more blue, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I love this green. I love any greens. You guys know that. This one's a little bit smoky though, a little bit moody, but it's still a little bright, and I feel like it's appropriate for summer. I do feel like it maybe looks slightly darker on the nail when you have it on than in the bottles. So yeah, I really felt that way. Yeah, I feel like it's just a little darker on the nail, not in the bottle. But it's stunning, and I love these kind of greens in the summer. I do wear them. I do pull them out, and the formula is so good, you guys. It builds up in 1 glossy coat. It is just a dream to apply. You're going to look at that swatch, and you're going to be like, dang, that was too fast. I want to see more. I probably should have filmed me doing 2 coats of it just so you could enjoy it a little bit more. But I wanted you to see just how beautiful and opaque it is. So I did 2 sets of comparisons so you could see where it fits in, and it's not exactly the same as anything I have, and let's look at that. When I first saw this, I thought of Vested Interest, and that's one of my favorite Essie polishes. It's a little bit older, kind of hard to find. It's a little bit more blue leaning, but it's such a gorgeous, original, unique color, and I wish Essie would just come out with another version of that because it is so dang good. And so I'm always kind of waiting for that. So this is kind of the closest we've gotten to that, but as you can see, it's more green. And then OPI rated PG is even more green, and then Olive and June, 1 for you, 2 for me, is the closest but darker. And then the second set here we have Off Tropic. It's a similar color tone, but it's darker, so I feel like it's a darker, smokier version of Off Tropic. And then OPI My Studios on Spring is close but more green as well. It's probably the brightest. Unreel It In is a little more smoky. And then we have the Perfect Cover Up, and that one's more teal leaning, so I wanted you to see how that one compared. So I love this one. I think it's unique. I love green, and I love that it's smoky, and I'll definitely be wearing this one. And then they added this red, which I thought was kind of interesting with this color mix, and it's called Keep It Surreal. It's a really warm red though, so it's a brick red, but it also has a little more brown in it. So I did find find it to be a little unique compared to some that Essie has, but I did pull out one OPI to see as well. And this formula is fantastic too. Any of these kind of red colors, they do really good with their thick formula. This one is slightly muted too. So let's look at the comparisons. I compared it to with the band, and that one's the closest. It's a little more of a brighter red. It has a touch more red if you can see that. And then Not a Phase is close as well, and it all has a little bit more red. And then I put on OPI Como Se Llama because it really reminded me of that, but that one's even more brown and a touch darker and richer, so it's a little bit different, but it kind of gave me that idea. So hopefully that's helpful in you seeing what kind of color tone it is compared to those other polishes. I won't probably wear this one. I don't wear these. I think in the fall I probably would. I do like the warmer reds in the fall, but in the summer I'm wearing the bright kind of coral leaning reds, or the pink leaning reds are my favorites. So I probably won't be reaching for this one. Okay, so I'm going to pick out my favorites, and look how cute these are together. Oh my goodness, so cute. I love them. I'm going to wear them all, and these would be cute together in a nail art design. Remember when I used to do nail art designs? It's been so long since I've done that. I miss it. I just don't have the time these days. I always kind of crave that in the spring and fall though, because I love floral nail art designs, but I just haven't had the time to do it. But that would be cute if you want an idea for colors for nail art designs. So anyway, that's it. That's the fun collection from Ulta. I'll have links to all the polishes down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you would. That would be great. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.